Colebello here and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my custom roofs and windows in Bloxburg. I've been making these in most of my recent speed builds, and I think they're such a great way to make your builds more realistic and more custom. However, it can be very confusing to follow along, especially with a sped up video, so I thought that an in-depth tutorial would really help some of you out. I've got two examples for you guys today, so if you end up enjoying them, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. The first roof I'm going to make is this modern gable roof with floor-to-ceiling windows. Now let's just make a little room, but I'm not going to put a wall on the front, and you will find out why later on. Now in this example, I actually make the walls taller by adding a plain quarter fence on the top. This really just makes it more spacious and kind of adds to that modern feel. And now we're going to start the vaulted roof for the top. We're going to start by resizing a cube in the center as a placeholder so that when we make the sides of our vaulted roof, we can see where the center is and line everything up perfectly. And then we're going to use cubes with a thickness of 0.5 to start making the sides of the roof. Now it's going to be up to you how steep you want to make the roof, but I'm just going to do something in between, like that maybe. But when you're doing this, you're going to want to look at the angle that you're rotating at so that you can copy it on the other side. As you can see here, it says 39.4, so I know that that's how many degrees I'm going to need to rotate when I do the other side. Once you got your angle in mind, you're going to line this up with the edge of the wall. And then you can resize this to make it meet in the middle. And in this case, it's not going to be big enough, so I am going to take another cube and just put it on the top right there. Since you want the point to be in the middle, you want this to be kind of sticking halfway through, like that. And now you can copy this and do the other side with the angle that you had before. Since the other side was 39.4, this is just going to be the opposite of that, which is 320.6. And for our besties that aren't good with math, that's just going to be 360 minus the angle. And now if you line everything up, it should meet in the middle and look nice. And now all you have to do is copy this to fit the entire roof. Just make sure to get it really precise because nobody wants to see those lines in the middle. Now before we get started on the front, we're just going to patch this hole with some horizontal wedges. All you have to do is resize one of these to meet halfway. Then you can copy it, flip it around, and put it on the other side. Now that's looking really nice from the front, so we can get on to the fun part, which is the window. Now as you can see in the photo, we have this kind of thick border around the window, so I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to take a cube and start resizing it to get the shape that I want. It should look something like this, and make sure to keep it thick so that you have space for the window. And now I'm just going to create this same thickness with more cubes all around the front. And the key is just to use Transform Plus to make everything seamless. If you run into this issue where it doesn't line up at the top, you can just take another small cube and try to make it more even. It's not perfect, but from afar, no one's going to really notice it. So now that we kind of got this outline, we're going to start with the window. Now the reason I kept this open is that this window is actually made out of transparent cubes. So you're just going to start resizing them with a width of 0.5 and then use them to start filling up the space. Since you're going to need multiple to fill up the space, you're going to want to put the edges in places where you're going to put lines in already. So here I'm just going to have two that meet in the center. And then for this top part, you can use some horizontal wedges to fill it up. And similar to the back, you can just make one and then copy it to fill on the other side. And now all we have left is to add the lines that go through the middle. But before that, I'm going to start off with another border because this is going to act as a border for the actual window, whereas this is more of an exterior wall. Now you can go with whatever pattern you want, but I'm just going to do 3 down the middle and 2 across. And after some recoloring, this is the finished product. Now if you want to add the detail on the side, you can do it with some more cubes, like so. But I'm not going to be doing that for this example because it is very time consuming. But this is so cute, so modern, and it's really not that complicated once you get the hang of it. On to the next one. Next, we're going to make this modern roof design, which is much more simple but still looks really cool. So I have the walls for this all laid out, and now it's just to connect everything with some basic shapes. For the roof up here, I'm just going to use a normal floor, and then on the front you can just use some in-game windows and doors. I'm going with the large pivoting glass door, a wide modern window, and some normal modern windows. Now that we have our windows in, it kind of looks like an awkward shape, but that's the beauty of modern houses because you can create any roof design to match your walls and your layout. So let's just take a cube to make the left edge of the entrance. Then I'm just going to realign these a little bit. And then now I've kind of started creating a shape, so I'm just going to take that shape all the way over the top and around to kind of support this part that's sticking out. So to do that, I'm just going to push this up a little bit more and then create another cube with the same thickness. And you want to just sit nicely on top like that. And now I'm just going to continue this along. And it should look something like this. And just to finish it off, I'm going to add these design pieces in the middle just to kind of fill the dead space and make it more aesthetic. And there we have it. That is how you turn an awkward layout into an intentional design. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you haven't seen the full speed builds for these houses yet, then go check them out. They're on my channel. And if you came from one of those speed builds, then I hope this helped. As always, if you have any questions or video ideas, then comment them down below. And make sure to follow all of my socials. I'm on TikTok and Instagram, and I post a lot of good content there as well. So make sure to check it out. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!